going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be talking about killer clowns from outer space. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo. If you guys like talking about movies, TV shows, video game related, or just anything nerdy, you have come to the right place. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about killer clowns from outer space. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, with last week being the 36th anniversary of the release of the Killer Klowns movie, as well as the release of the brand new Killer Klowns from Outer Space video game, I decided to go ahead and review one of my favorite horror movies of all time, which is, of course, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. So, without taking any more time, let's go ahead and get into the pros. Now, starting off with the pros, this movie knows exactly what it is, and that's what's so much fun about it for me. That it knows it is a schlocky B movie type of horror film that is meant to be fun, is meant to be entertaining. It still has some horrifying ideas and visuals, but it's kind of plastered with all this colorful nature, the circus, the clowns, the bad acting, the bad line delivery. It's just one of those movies that is so much fun. It's a cult classic for a reason, and I absolutely love it every time I watch it. I thoroughly enjoyed it every single time. I never have any complaints if someone throws this on and I'm gonna watch them killer clowns. I also enjoy pretty much every single character within this movie, even the ones that are assholes and you're not supposed to like and you can't wait for them to be killed. You still like their character because they play that character very well. Like you have Booney, who is just an asshole of a cop that doesn't play by the rules, but you still enjoy him on screen because he's a funny, dumb presence that is an asshole, and you can't wait for him to get his comeuppance. You have the other cop that's kind of like the more goody two shoes. He plays by the rules. He's a fun kind of character that's there to be kind of the protector and the one that follows the rules and is trying to keep everybody safe. And then you have, of course, our two main characters, the female and male. I can't think of their name at the top of my head right now, but both of them are super entertaining. They have some wacky line delivery between each other, and it just makes for a fun time. You have the two guys in the ice cream truck. They're completely ridiculous and just completely out of nowhere, but they're also fun time. You enjoy when they're on the presence. Sure, they can be annoying and dumb and just over the top, but it's just so much fun because of what this movie is intending to do, and is intending to entertain you with some awesome imagery. And I absolutely love the clowns here. I love every single one of the clown designs. They're the type of clown design where if you look at it on screen, it's not necessarily scary per se. They're fun clown designs, as you can kind of see on some of them right here. But I mean, especially with someone that has like a phobia of clowns, these are absolutely terrifying. They are much more monstrous, and that's what's kind of fun about them, is that's what makes them a little less scary, is how monstrous they are. These aliens that look like clowns, they're not something like Pennywise or something like that, or even something more realistic like John Gracie, or whatever his name is. I'm sure I butchered that, but it's a lot more of a monstrous alien type of character that looks like a clown. But overall, even though they're a very fun, awesome design with all the clowns, you can definitely see how this can be kind of terrifying to someone, and how seeing a clown like this would definitely be scary, especially if you start seeing them cotton candy cocooning everybody and killing everybody. It's definitely a terrifying premise in general. When you think about these aliens coming from the sky that look like these terrifying clowns that just rampage through the city and start cocooning everybody, like they get hundreds of people. So like it's a full-on like massacre in this town. So that idea, that concept itself is terrifying, while the imagery isn't necessarily scary and you're not gonna fall asleep having nightmares about it. Maybe you are, who knows, it's possible. But it's a fun B-movie horror movie it's just so much fun. And I'm glad that they went for full clown kills and designs and stuff. Like you have the little popcorn that turn into the mini clowns. The cocoons are made out of cotton candy. Even when the cocoons liquefy the body inside, they have the fun straw so they can suck it out and have a meal with their liquefied body within the cocoons. Their spaceship is just a ginormous circus tent. They have the popcorn guns. They have a little like tracking dog that's made out of a balloon animal. Like there's just so much clown stuff in it. Like I said, this movie knows exactly what it is, what it's trying to do, what it's trying to accomplish, and for me, it absolutely works 100% of the time. And while most of the kills are mainly just the characters getting cocooned, there are some fun kills here and there. Like you have Mooney. I think that's probably one of my favorite kills. Not necessarily so much when he gets bashed into the bar, because that's kind of a boring kill, but more so when he kind of treats him like as a puppet. I think that's a fun kill. There's not too many on-screen kills. Like I said, most of them are them being cocooned within the cotton candy, but the few kills that we do get kind of on screen, they're really fun. Like probably one of the other most iconic kills is, you know, Shorty when he knocks my block off and just punches someone's head off, clean off. That's such an awesome kill. You have the shadow puppet kill. Like there's just so much going on here that's absolutely fun. It's just a great time. You know, there's not much to speak of this movie. The story itself is not what drives this movie. It's what you see on screen, the design of these characters, the silliness, the kind of horrifying concept, but in a fun way. That's what drives this movie. It's not so much plot, and that's why this is one of those movies that you can throw on anytime. It can be a background movie. You can watch it and just have a great time with it. This is the definition of B-level popcorn movie. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the cons. And there's not much for me here. These are more cons for other people that I probably can see why someone might not like this movie. So I just want to address them because these are probably things that, you know, people out there do think about this movie. And one, it's maybe a little too silly for them. This is a little too goofy. It goes over that line too much where this movie isn't entertaining. It just feels stupid for them. And I can totally understand and agree with that, and why you might feel that way. I don't necessarily feel that way. I think the goofiness is exactly what we need. The campiness is amazing for me in this movie. But if that's something that you might not like, if you don't like your horror movies to be extremely campy and goofy, this might not be for you. Another thing, I do tend to like movies that have a very solid story. This movie, like I said, does not really have that. It's not really a story that needs to be driven forward. These characters get put in this situation, and you just go through a montage of people getting cocooned and killed while they're trying to figure out how to destroy these things. What are they here for? And for someone that is more invested in the story, again, this might not be a movie for you. I still highly recommend checking it out because it is a fun movie. You know, not every horror movie needs to have a highly intense, integral story. So it's definitely one of those things that I definitely highly recommend to watch. But again, I do understand if, you know, someone might not like this movie because there's a non-existent story per se. But overall, this one's not going to be too long. Let me know what you guys think about Killer Klowns from Outer Space. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Look out for my review on the video game. I was going to do the video game review first, but I don't have as many hours as I want to on that game, so I want to get the mechanics down a little bit more, play a little bit more, unlock some more weapons and character designs and stuff like that before I give my full thoughts on that game. So definitely look out for that Killer Klowns from Outer Space video game review. And again, if you guys like talking about movies, TV shows, or video game related, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.